Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles. We are here today to discuss the outrage and complaints that are surrounding the Magic the Gathering Throne of Eldraine Collector's Edition booster packs. So to make sure we're all on the same page, because some people haven't been playing Magic for that long, don't really understand the difference. Some people started playing Magic a long time ago, don't know anything about the collector's packs, and some people who watch me actually aren't even Magic players at all. So to make sure we're all on the same page, let's talk about what a collector's booster is before we talk about all of the fallout of this release. It doesn't seem like Wizards can release many products nowadays, aside from like standard boosters that don't lead to some kind of fist shaking at the sky. So right here, I have a regular Throne of Eldraine booster pack, all right? Now what you get in these booster packs are you get 1 rare, 3 uncommon cards, and the rest are common cards with an add insert that sometimes has a token printed on it as well. Not sometimes, should have a token printed on it as well. Now, up until Throne of Eldraine, these were just called booster packs. That's what they were known as. Now, they're called draft packs. So they actually put that on them? No, they still, okay, it just says 15 card booster pack on here. Well, they call them draft packs now. And the idea behind these being called draft packs is they're meant for you to sit down, open 3 of these at a time as part of a process of drafting, where you get to pick a card from each pack, hand it off to your neighbor, get another pack from somebody else, and you just kind of pick all your cards and build the deck, right? So that's the concept behind draft packs. Wizards of the Coast decided to rename these 2 draft packs while releasing the collector's edition as a way to say, oh look, these collector edition packs are better because they don't include the same garbage that a draft pack does. They pretty much just went and said, these packs don't have very much goodness. So the idea behind a collector's pack is they're meant for players who don't draft. Now, admittedly, there will probably be some people who have a ton of money who will go, let's draft with these balling packs. But those packs were never designed for draft. These were designed for the draft format. So there's a lot of stuff that's really weak and is only good in draft, and you would never play with it in normal constructed Magic, where you actually get to choose everything from your entire Magic collection to build your deck out of, right? So the collector's packs come along, and the idea is supposed to be, these are your premium packs for your collectors. These are for the people who don't want to waste their time with the draft garbage. They want to get the goodness. So we're talking about, these packs will have a bunch of foil editions. Normally, these kind of booster packs will give you 1 foil out of every 3 packs. The collector's edition boosters are supposed to contain like a minimum of 9 foils per booster pack. Now keep in mind though, those can be a bunch of the garbagey draft cards that are included in here. So Wizards of the Coast turned around and said, we're creating this special new collector's edition product to give our customers agency so they can choose, hey, you know what? If you want to, you can buy this more expensive pack and get away from buying the draft packs, so you can just get cards to add to your collection and it'll be all goodness. So you have a bunch of foil commons and uncommons in these booster packs, and then you have rares with extended borders and stuff like that. And they originally made it seem like the extended border rares and things like that were going to be exclusive to these collector's packs. Like you'd only be able to get the storybook frames from them, you'd only be able to get the extended frames from them, but that turned out to not be the case. You can actually get them in regular boosters. Now, one thing that is specifically unique to collector's boosters are what are known as ancillary cards. Now, you have, how many cards do they put in the set right now? There's 302 cards in the Throne of Eldraine set, and this is just the base set, okay? So the main set has 302 cards, but then on top of that, you have cards from these you have cards from Planeswalker decks, which are Throne of Eldraine cards, but aren't in the Throne of Eldraine set. You have cards from Open House decks, which are in Throne of Eldraine, but not in, no, sorry, Throne of Eldraine doesn't have the Open House decks, does it? That would be the core set. Never mind. That's not part of this. There's so many extra products that even I, the Magic historian, get them all twisted up. Anyhow, you've got the Planeswalker decks, which add extra cards outside of what's available in the booster packs. You also have the Brawl decks, which add extra cards outside of this. Now, the Brawl decks specifically are causing waves in financial areas because there are particular cards, specifically the Arcane Signet, that all Commander players want. So for some insane reason right now, this is a card that's available in every Commander deck. It's going for $25. Now, these are the sort of ancillary cards, the cards that exist in the Brawl decks, but not inside these booster packs. So there's literally no way to crack them in these packs. You can only get them by opening the Brawl decks, but there's also a special slot in the Collector's decks where you can go, oh, okay, they're inserted in here. Now, this is one of the complaints that people have. Some of these ancillary cards are absolute garbage. Sure, they include the Arcane Signet, but they also included the lands, the common lands that come out tapped, give you 1 life, and tap for mana of 2 different colors. Everybody has a million of these things. They're not hard to acquire. They're not like, while technically they're exclusive to the Brawl deck, they're not actually really like an exclusive hard to get card. No one's going to feel happy about getting that. They want to crack Arcane Signets, they want to crack Kenrith and things like that. Now, to me, admittedly, I think it is kind of skis baggy that they included those lands into the slot. It's kind of a feel bad moment leading to a bunch of feel bad booster packs with the collector's edition. But to me, that is a more minor complaint about it. One of the more major complaints that I think is reasonable when it comes to these collector's packs, because if it's not clear, I actually wouldn't mind getting some of these packs myself. I'd like to have some to crack for the channel, and I mean, the idea of getting like certain foils for my perp cube, also appealing to me. But one of the problems that's coming out is the actual quality of the cards. So we're finding that there are misprints with crazy ink smears across the cards. There are foils that are printed to very poor quality standards with like crazy striped lines across them, these sort of things. But we've seen that in the Amonkhet days. We saw that in the Ixalan block days. But there's a new issue specifically to collector deck cards where the cards are actually oversized and have improper corners. So somebody went ahead and took collector booster pack cards, inserted them into a box of regular Throne of Eldraine. So basically what they did was they opened a bunch of these booster packs, and then they took the contents of one collector's pack and inserted it into the middle of the stack. You can see it standing out. The cards are wider and taller than regular Magic cards, and instead of having the properly rounded corners, they have these kind of jagged, like angular corners that makes them stand right out. Now, admittedly, in today's age, you can use sleeves. Obviously, you can sleeve up anything, and you will still be able to play them in sleeves. They are oversized, but not to the point where they won't fit inside of like your perfect fits, which is actually kind of funny because if it's supposed to be a perfect fit to a regular Magic card, that means they aren't actually perfect fit because these bigger cards fit in them as well. So whatever, they call them perfect fits. Anyhow, you can still sleeve these cards up, but the print difference in these, along with the other errors, is insane because I don't think I've mentioned this yet, have I? Have I told you the price? No, I guess I haven't. So a regular booster pack is like $4 or $5. A collector's booster pack is supposed to be like 20, 25 bucks, but the secondary market price on these packs has already escalated up to the point where they're 30, 35, 40. I'm hearing complaints from people about the price of the packs. I'm hearing complaints from LGS owners on multiple levels. One level, they're not actually getting enough product. So what's going on? And I've heard this from multiple LGS owners. They had their allocation cut to like nothing. We're talking 90% allocation cutting. I've been contacted by stores in Europe specifically saying, hey man, our allocation got eviscerated. And I've already got a bunch of pre-orders for these, and there's no way to fill these orders. So we have people who are complaining about the amount they're being allocated. As a result of these allocation cuts and things like that, we're also seeing the price of what's available on the market increase, which leads to more feel-bad scenarios where stores are basically forced into two different positions where it's like either they honor the pre-order prices that people have come along and said, okay, like I want to buy a box. The store takes the pre-order and then has to go with that price when the actual selling price for the box is significantly more. So they either have to bite the bullet and lose all that extra potential profit for the LGS, which the respectable stores are doing. Respectable stores are honoring their commitments, which is the proper thing to do as a business, but it leads to a feel-bad scenario for that business owner where they lament about the amount of profit that they have lost in the exchange. And I understand that. I mean, obviously, I think there's a certain level where it gets to be too greedy with that mentality, but in this kind of a scenario where you can see the money is being left on the table, you can understand why these owners are unhappy. And then you have other stores that are outright just canceling orders and relisting their stuff more expensively, which leads to a bunch of feel-bad moments for the players and also impacts the reputation of the LGSs. So this entire collector's edition is putting a bad spin on interactions with LGSs in regards to this particular product, which is just, it's a travesty. There's just so many different issues going on with this. These packs don't really have much that are exclusive to them, so they're charging you an insane like 400-500% increase in price for something it's not a higher quality product. It's very, very random in terms of hit or miss. If you hit and get like the really big value cards, then you feel like it's an amazing set. But if you don't, which is most of the time, then you feel like it's a garbage fire set. So you have a lot of players who are complaining about it and going, look, I just don't see the value. I've been watching different unboxing videos. They even talk about how Wizards of the Coast opened some packs themselves and just got a bunch of garbo out of the packs. So it's a situation where it's an overpriced product. It's putting LGSs in a bad spot. So the players are angry. LGS owners are angry. The card quality isn't there. They're being printed in a way where the bigger cards with the wrong cut corners is next level. I never thought that they would come up with new ways for things to be awful with the collector's edition, but it seems like across the board, most people are not satisfied with this product. Now, again, I'm still somewhat on the fence. I'm not coming down and saying this is the worst thing ever. The quality issues aside, when it comes to other things, I mean, value is relative, right? It depends on how much money you have for these sort of things, how much you value the cards that you get. I like special edition cards for my Perp Cube, which means for me, I'm still interested in getting my hands on some of these collector's packs and opening them. I'm hoping, honestly, that there'll be another printing wave of them, printed to higher quality standards, and that will help push the price down, because right now it's causing a lot of problems in the market overall. It's making people very unhappy, and it's not nice to see all my fellow friends in Magic the Gathering getting all worked up and shaking their fists. Oh God, I can't take it. Now, my friends, I want to talk about something a little more enjoyable, something a little more humorous. I got something called the Snack Hat, and I almost lost my eye using this thing. So here's a little clip of the hilarity. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get that. Oh, the donut's going. God, no, not my eyes, please, Jesus. Don't let me go blind from this. It's not worth it for these people. Well, if you found that amusing, I suggest you head on over to my second channel where you can see the full majesty of me versus the Snack Hat, as the Snack Hat just lays the beats to me. Honestly, it's a really funny video. So head on over and have a laugh. I figured that would be a nice way to balance this out. We'll talk about the bad-ish news, get it out of the way, and then we'll all have a chuckle together. So come on over to my second channel. Big shout out to everybody for coming and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I'll see you all here tomorrow. And in the meantime, go get you that Snack Hat action. You need this in your life, trust me. If you're hesitating for a moment, don't. This video is guaranteed to make you laugh, unless you have no soul. If you have no soul, then maybe, if you have no ability to laugh, well, maybe this will bring your soul to life and bring laughter into your dark, pointless existence. And if not, well then, go back to complaining on Reddit. Bye!